Hello friends, welcome to yet another video on Essential Life Skills with me, Richa. And today we're going to talk about how to find your passion. Well, if you could do one thing to really transform your life, I would recommend do one thing that you're really passionate about and then do it for a living. Well, if you're somebody who hates to go to your job and you might feel that you really want to find your, lacking motivation to go to your job, or even find that what you're doing is something that you don't find it interesting and find it dull and boring, well, in that case, you need to change your job. You need to find a new job because staying in your old job will not only make you unhappy, but will also make you not realize life's fullest potential. Now imagine this situation, friends. It's Monday morning and you jump out of your bed excited to go to work. Well, once you go to your workstation, you put in normal hours than an average worker would, rather put in more hours than an average worker would, but it doesn't really seem to affect you because you are doing something that you love to do, and when you're doing that particular task at hand, you forget all sense of world and time. People might call it a job or work, but it is not job and work for you, it is your passion. Now for all of those people listening to this video, if you do not like your job or even hate your job, this might sound like a pipe dream for you. Well, it can be a dream for you if you only put in the efforts to find what is exactly you love to do. And once you realize that, life will be a cakewalk for you. So I would suggest dare to dream, dare to imagine the various possibilities, and dare to actually find out what you love to do. You might wonder that how do I know what I'm passionate about? Well friends, worry not, because I'm here to suggest, or rather give you so many suggestions on how to find out what your passion is all about. So keep watching. So friends, here are the 5 tips which will help you find your passion. Tip number 1 is remember what you used to love doing as a child. Now, as children, we do what we feel like doing without applying our mind or logic or practicalities. We just do things because we feel like doing it and it makes us happy. Now, to find your passion, I would suggest that you revisit your childhood. Talk to your parents, talk to your siblings or your teachers and find out what were the things that really made you feel good. When you start revisiting your childhood, you will realize there are things that you love to do there, and that is where, or rather that is what will help you find your true passion. Now I'm going to share a small example here. When I was a child, I used to love teaching people. I used to gather all the different people, or rather children from my neighborhood, get them over to my house and start teaching them different subjects. Now this is something that brought a happiness, or rather brought a smile to my face, and this I like to do without applying my mind. It made me feel happy, and today I am in a career wherein I'm teaching and training people, and this is what I love to do. I lose all sense of track of time when I'm teaching or training people, and that is my passion. So if you really want to know what you're passionate about, revisit your childhood and try and find what you love to do as a child. Friends, my tip number 2 in order to really find your passion is make a creativity board. Now, what is a creativity board? Very simply, you need to take a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and just scribble whatever comes to your mind. Now, these things can be in form of pictures or text or images or whatever you feel like. When you just scribble anything and everything on that piece of paper without applying your mind or logic, you are doing things from your heart and things that put a smile on your face. And that's my tip number 2. In order to find your passion, just make a creativity board, go all out, do not restrict yourself, and trust me, you will find your passion somewhere in that creativity board. So friends, my tip number 3 in order to find your passion is make a list of all of those people who are where you would want to be. Now, simply put, if you want to, or if you idolize or really look up to, say, Richard Branson, it means that you're an entrepreneur by nature and you really want to put in an airline or an aviation into space. Now, whatever you're passionate about has to be, you look at these things into somebody whom you idolize. If you idolize Steve Jobs, so it's important to understand, probably you want to make those machines or make those, be in an IT space wherein you're really trying to help people with their life by introducing something which, in technology, which will really help sort out their life or make their life simpler. So whomever you idolize or whomever you really look up to, make a list of all of those people whom you really look up to. And that's my third tip in order to find your passion. Now, my fourth tip is to find your passion, start doing what you love to do, even without a plan of action or a business plan. Yes, you heard it correctly. Every time we do not need to put our mind so much into use. At times, we should just follow our heart without listening to our mind. So what I would suggest here is go and start doing whatever you love to do. Find time and do it. Now, if you like to play an instrument, say guitar or piano, or you like to sing, or you like to dance, or you like to play cricket, go ahead and find time and just do it. When you're doing that particular thing which you really love to do, for example, playing an instrument, you lose track of time and you really enjoy being in that moment, and that is something that will help you find your true passion. So go ahead and start doing whatever you love to do without a business plan or a plan of action. So friends, my fifth and final tip in order to really find your passion is take a break from business thinking. Yes, we have become so machine-like and so robotic in our day-to-day life that we just move in and out of work. We put in so much of hours of work and not really take any time out for ourselves, for our own introspection in life. So what I would suggest, friends, is just take a break from all the monotony, all this chaos that we are in. Take a break for yourself, probably sit by the river or sit by the mountains or just be in nature and try and take a break from business thinking. Use your mind, or rather just let go of your mind and think from your heart what you like to do. So taking a break is very essential and important at regular intervals because it helps you to connect with your soul, connect with your deeper sense, and that is very important to find your passion. You cannot find your passion in this madness of life that we are living in, this roller coaster of life. So take a break from business thinking and find your passion. So friends, let's have a quick recap of what these 5 tips and tricks are in order to find your passion. Tip number 1 is revisit your childhood and find what you love to do as a child. Tip number 2 is make a creativity board. Tip number 3 is make a list of all of those people who are today at a position where you would love to be. Tip number 4 is make, or rather start doing whatever you love to do and try and find time for doing what you love to do. And last but not the least, tip number 5 is take a break from business thinking. Well, I do hope you have enjoyed listening to this video as much as we have enjoyed teaching this to you. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please feel free to write into us and share them. Till the next video, keep watching us and thank you so much for watching us.